I knew I wanted to start another studio and start another game try and come up with a new IP again. And so first off I took some time off between Activisions and here one of the things I did was I went down to the desert in Tucson. I went every day like I did this for a couple of weeks. My wife let me, she knew I needed some time of just and to kind of relax and reflect, and I would go onto the desert and draw, but at the same time I'm trying to think new ideas for games, and I came up with a few and write them up. As one of these games and the kind of rose to the top for me, I started going out and meeting with the top, developers and publisher, and the talking with them about starting a new studio and making a new IP and a new game going back. To the desert was the specific drawing that was kind of the moment that I clicked for you that you wanted to do. Callisto next, that is a good question. I don't remember a particular drawing and what I was doing, as the time was kind of quick, little sketches. Here and there, then I would kind of go back to my room or whatever and draw them out a little bit more, so it would have been more of batch of drawing, because an idea as a partial one will either hit me or it didn't all hit me at once. It's like, okay, I grew on my right, okay, I want to do it on like the moon of Jupiter, okay, which moon and then I would kind of think about that and I would look that up, okay, Callisto, and then wanted to do in this prison, because what is scarier than being in a person, right, just to start with right here, right, so there's a kind of groove, and then but once you go that idea starts coming. The more ideas start repeat fire because it is all making sense. Then it was pretty close. I called it actually matter down, not close. So I had a different idea or how things started, and then when we go together, I got my rights together and we just kind of changed it around a little bit, but it's pretty intact, the idea. How long do you think it took to finally get it from the idea stage to at least what it's now? Now it's final from, well, you do your initial kind of maybe a 10-page write, you write about the story and everything, but to be honest with you, something like this took a year and a half or more to write, because you have the characters that you have to come up with, and also you need another character. And you need this, and you need a different location than what we were thinking of, and so it does take a while because it goes from a story and then you have to start writing the script for the story, and then levels have to fit within the story, because sometimes you write a story and you are like, hey, but we're starting to talk about gameplay, and that does not work as well, right? It's not fun, we cannot come up with stuff, so we might have to change that the story at the point that why we do our performance capture or pick cap. We do that later in the game, because you don't want to keep going back and doing the pick cap over and over again. Now motion capture, we have our own motion capture stage, so we will do that. Over that's fine, but performance capture is different. That's when you get like for 5 actors together and everything recorded interesting as you a writer. Then in this maybe more my morbid costly than anything like did you have like things like an ending or some of the tentpole moments like locked in, and they have to change as like how does that process work for you, like at the start? Yeah, can I answer that? Like I was a sort of a writer that starts with the ending and works backwards. It depends. That's good questions, and let me just clarify, I think of myself more as a storyteller than as a writer. I'm sure I will do a lot of writing, but at the end of the day, I say the writer's yoke. Now, you guys go over it, make sure it's done right. With this one, let's see, we were looking for an ending, and I kind of evolved over time. This one was not that, but so we started with one right, and then the one kind of evolved. So it's not like we threw it out. It's like you have the start with something that evolved there. A couple that I have had in the past, say in that space where I knew exactly where I wanted to end. Now I'm with this one, I knew where I wanted to end with this story.